Okay, another video, and it comes to you through the spirit and power of Yahweh Baal Shem Yahushai, Baal Shem Rakar Kwadash. All praises and glories definitely due. So this video will be by request. Oh, by the way, you brothers, you got to get up on the Daniel's plant-based diet. The Daniel's plant-based diet. What you know about that, nigga? The Daniel's plant-based diet. Hey, that came from Elder Pastor. I'm watching him right now. He's premiering live on the YouTube. Uh, the prophets knew all about the herbs and Daniel's plant-based diet, which is an excellent title, which is true. We're supposed to know about that stuff, right? What does the scripture say, people? It says, "Be not ignorant of any matter, small or great." That's in the Apocrypha. Also, it is written, "Be." It's written, "For we have an unction," which is a special calling, by the way. We have an unction. Look the word unction up. It's a powerful word. We have an unction from the Heavenly Father, and we know all things. So you're supposed to know how to heal yourself with the herbs and with the right kind of foods. We're supposed to eat the right kind of foods. I know it's tough. It's tough for all of us, man. We get in that slump, we get them demons on us when we eat something that we're not supposed to eat. But that's where discipline comes in, you know. All of us could use more and more discipline, man. Shit, I know I could, but it's a daily struggle, you know. So we got to watch what we eat, watch how we behave, watch what we say, etc., etc. So basically, I saw this comment here from Prophetic Awakening 144, and I'll just read the comment. It says, "Beautifully edifying video, Elder Apostle Gabar. Could you do a video about that Marion Knox interview you mentioned where they say they are trying to get their birthright back?" So the answer is yes. That's why I'm doing this video. Now this comes from, I actually have this saved in my phone. Different pages that I have saved in my phone. This is one of them. This comes from, now you can Google this. All right, maybe I'll just put the link so you can click right on it and then save it to your phone or your computer. As you see here on screen, it says the master plan of the Illuminated Rothchilds. Ron Patton interviews Marion Knox. Who is Marion Knox? Marion Knox is a farmer, gospel singer, and counselor from Lebanon, Oregon. All right, for several years, he has been helping set people free from the effects of ritual abuse and mind control, which is a very real thing. You got something called MK Ultra. Look into that. Although some may think of his methodology as unorthodox, it appears to be effective in eliminating highly structured disassociation in many of the people he's worked with. All right, so that is the stats, if you will, on this Marion Knox. So now Ron Patton was, let me jump down to here. Marion has uncovered startling information concerning, concerning the inner workings of the Illuminati, the Rothschilds, and a possible end time scenario. Okay, so there you go. There's the stats on Marion Knox. Okay, so now we are going to go down to the part where they talk about Jacob and Esau. Okay, RP stands for Ron Patton, MK stands for Marion Knox. Okay, so let's get to that part there. And I want to make this video too long. All right, this is under this section here, RP, which stands for Ron Patton, who's interviewing Marion Knox. Can you be more specific? This is a question Ron Patton is asking Marion Knox, right? Can you be more specific? I was just looking at this part up here where it speaks about the house of Rothschild, Adam Weishaupt, which Adam Weishaupt, some say Weishaupt, was the creator of this Illuminati. All right, and their symbol was the all-seeing eye, which you see on the back of the dollar bill. That pyramid with the all-seeing eye, that was the symbol of the Illuminati, New World Order. The very Latin words on there is he favors our enterprise with success. What is their enterprise? The New World Order. That's what the Rothschilds are trying to bring. As it says here, the idea was to get together 13 powerful families. By the way, the number 13 is very, very precious to the wicked elite. You know, the number 13, okay? It's based upon Yahweh Shai and the 12. All right, 13, which they have their own version of it. The wicked, they have their own version of it on the left-hand side, the 13, okay? So you have these 13 powerful, rich families. The idea was to get together 13 powerful families or bloodlines, with the Rothschilds being the most influential to rule the world. See, there you go. All right. As a matter of fact, there was an individual by the name of Fritz Springmeier. He wrote a book called Bloodlines of the Illuminati, in which he goes into that information. Fritz Springmeier. All right. Ron Patton, can you be more specific as to the role the Rothschilds play into all of this? MK, Mary Knox. Well, most people who are into conspiracy, which the word conspiracy literally means to breathe together. Con means with, and spiracy or spire is from the Latin, meaning to breathe, put it together, breathe together. So two or more people coming together with a purpose is a conspiracy, a plot. And there's definitely indeed a conspiracy against the Lord's people. There's a scripture where it speaks about in Psalms 37 and 12, the book of Psalms, Psalm 37 and 12. Let's read that. So if you don't believe there's a conspiracy, then you're dead from the neck up, man. You're in the congregation of the dead. All right, you're dead from the neck up. Psalm 37 and 12. It says, "The wicked plotteth against the just." All right, you're dead from the neck up. Psalm 37 and 12. It says, "The wicked plotteth against the just." The wicked is who? The Edomites, Esau. They plot against the just. The just is who? You Israelites, you're the just. You were created to be the righteous. Esau was created to be the wicked. So even if an Israelite is doing wickedness, he was still created to be righteous, because eventually he's going to go back to the righteous side. But the Edomites were always created to do wickedness. They can never go to the righteous side. They were created to be the wicked. So there is a plot. The wicked plotteth against the just. What is that? That's a conspiracy, people. So yeah, there's a conspiracy. Okay, you got people that say, "Oh, he's a conspiracy nut, a crazy person." That's what Nate said. He said Bishop Nathaniel said, "A conspiracy theorist is a nut, a crazy person." That's what he said. He said that years ago. Okay? There is a conspiracy, man. The wicked plotteth against the just. When you look at the back of your dollar bill, that pyramid with the all-seeing eye, that's a goddamn conspiracy, all right? It's called the New World Order. And in the New World Order, the Rothschilds want everyone chipped. They want everyone as a slave, a total control slave, an obedient slave, okay? The wicked plotteth against the just, and gnasheth upon him with his teeth. So there you go. What more proof do you need? Anyway, let's get back to the article. It says, well, most people who are into conspiracy know the Rothschilds are the most powerful family in the world. Yeah, absolutely. But you really don't hear about the details relating to how they have set themselves up to be king of the Jews, which they're not king of the Jews. Okay, they're not even the real Jews, and they know this. And to usher in the Antichrist, which he's kind of going off there because there's many Antichrists. It tells us that in 1 John 2 and 18. It was the Rothschilds who financially backed the nation of Israel. Absolutely. Uh, as a matter of fact, Google the Balfour Declaration. That was a letter by Arthur James Balfour, who wrote, I think it was either Lionel Rothschild or I keep forgetting the Rothschild he wrote the letter to, congratulating the Rothschilds on getting the land of Israel. All right, that was in the early 1900s, 1917, if I'm not mistaken. All right, when the Rothschilds got a firm foot in the land of Israel, which they have to this very day. Okay, so you can Google that document, the Balfour Declaration. Uh, it was the Rothschilds who financially backed the nation of Israel so they could eventually set up the throne for the Antichrist in Jerusalem. Again, there's many Antichrists, not just one Antichrist. And yet, during World War II, their money and resources were used to kill millions of uh, small hatters, right? Uh, but they were seen as the expendable small hatters from the house of Jacob, which, nah, they were Edomites. Okay. Now, were there some Jakes among them? Possibly. But they were Edomites. They're not, those small hatters are not the real Jews. And they know this. But these were seen as the expendable small hatters from the house of Jacob. Remember, these guys have the audacity to use the Bible as a blueprint to take over the world. But the Bible is talking about taking over the world. But we're going to take over the world in righteousness. As a matter of fact, Yahweh Shai is coming to take over the world. And that prophecy is written in the Bible. What you think 1 Corinthians 15 and 24 is all about? When he shall, we're going to take over the world in righteousness. As a matter of fact, Yahweh Shai is coming to take over the world. And that prophecy is written in the Bible. What you think 1 Corinthians 15 and 24 is all about? When he shall have put down all rule, authority, and power. That's Yahweh Shai coming to take over the world, and that's written in the scriptures. That is Bible prophecy. So, what's his name? Marion Knox is getting emotional over here. You know, they have the audacity to use the Bible as a blueprint to take over the world. Yeah, the Bible is the most powerful book on the planet Earth, of course. The power in that book cannot be denied. Let me give you some background information. On one level, the Rothschilds secretly call themselves the House of David, which they're not, from the tribe of Judah. They wish they were. Now, Rothschild, translated from German to English, means red shield, as in red child. Now, Esau came out what? Red. Okay, so they know that line goes back to Esau. The Rothschilds is the personification of Esau on the planet Earth. Absolutely. Okay, that is 100% fact. It says, now Rothschild, which when you read the story is in the book. There's a book called The Secrets of the Federal Reserve by Eustace Mullins. We had a copy of the book. It's somewhere, I don't know where the hell it is. We had a copy of Codex Magica by Tex Mars, which is a very, very interesting book. It goes into all the signs, the Masonic signs and symbols that Esau uses to rule the world, control the world, right? And then we had this book, uh, Secrets of the Federal Reserve by Eustace Mullins. Now, this is a true story. I remember when I first found out about the book, this is years ago, when we had the school in Bridgeport, Connecticut. I actually went to Yale University and I tried to the library, right? And I tried to take or get the book to make copies of the book in the Yale library. And the woman actually told me, no, you got to be a member of Yale or a congressman to see that book. That's what the lady. This is a true story. The lady actually told me that, and I told Elder Pastor and the rest of the brothers that she actually, in other words, she told me I had either had to go to Yale or be a congressman or a senator or whatever, someone in the government to see that book. It's called The Secrets of the Federal Reserve by Eustace Mullins. Okay, on the cover of the book, there's an eagle, a cartoon of an eagle with 5 arrows in its talons. Okay, the eagle represents the Rothschild family. Mayim, in particular, Mayim Shelbawa, and the 5 arrows represent his sons, his 5 sons, which, based upon his 5 sons, he started a banking dynasty, which is very prominent to this very day. You have something called N&M Rothschilds and Sons, located in London, England, to this very day. N&M goes back to Nathan Meyer Rothschild. Okay, so there you go. So this is a dynasty, a legacy. Okay, so like I said, the story of the Rothschilds and how the term, because their true name is Bauer, last name is Bauer, which means peasant, and that's what they're going to go back to, being peasants, because they're going to be working out in our fields. The word peasant means farmer. So they're going to be, that's Norman Oman right there. That's prophetic, because they're going to go back to working in the fields in our kingdom, the Rothschilds. So how about that? So Mayim Bauer, which means peasant, changed his name to Rothschild when he started his banking business, because he put up a red shield over his door. Now, do you know, speaking of Yale, when you go to Yale, do you know the red shield is there? And I plan to go to Yale to do some videos, some drops, you know, some small videos here and there concerning Yale University, certain interesting spots. Now there's a part of Yale where they have the red shield right over the door of the certain part of the campus, because there's different parts of the campus, right? Yale campus, right there in New Haven. And you can clearly see the red shield there. Okay, so that red shield goes back to the Rothschilds. As a matter of fact, on I-95 highway, there's a shield. That shield goes back to the Rothschilds. The police, the badge that they wear, goes back to the Rothschilds. Okay, the red shield of Mayim Shelbawa. Many people don't know this. Okay, so let's move on. It says, now Rothschild, translated from German to English, means red shield. During biblical times, the Edomites' fortress was the red rocks of Petra. Esau, the twin brother of Jacob, was described as red and hairy. Well, actually red. Okay, hairy, when it says red as in a hairy garment, mean back then they dyed garments red. You know, henna, you had the color henna, garments were dyed. So, so that's what it means, red, like a hairy garment. All right, but he was just red. Esau was born red when he came out as a baby. So this information fits perfectly with what survivors have been telling me, that on a deeper level, the Rothschilds are also claiming to be descendants of Esau, which indeed they are, and thus are really from the house or tribe of Esau, as in the Edomites. There you go, man. Hence the reason why, again, that's a clear case of Norman Omen. Norman Omen is Latin for name prediction. That's why Mayim Shelbawa changed his name to Rothschild. It was spiritual, because he represents Esau. Those are the Edomites. Okay? It says what they're trying to do is get the birthright back from the house of Jacob. See? So that's what this is all about. This is what the New World Order is all about. Esau trying to get back his birthright. I mean, point blank in the story. Okay? It is right here, man. Imposter talking about a proper diet. Yeah, that's right, man. That's one of our many problems. Our diet is all fucked up, man. We're eating all kind of garbage that we really have no business eating. Then you get all fat and lazy and out of shape and brain fog and all kind of shit. Oh man, there got to be an end to that madness. Okay, yeah, like Apostle is saying, eating that goddamn fried chicken. Man, like he said about a year and change ago, it's been a long time since I had a piece of fried chicken. Okay, all that fat. First of all, the Lord said, "You shall eat no manner of fat." Fried chicken is nothing but fat. All right, nothing but fat. Not no good fat either. Bad fat. You got good fats and you got bad fats. Like avocado, that's a good fat. Avocado, coconut oil, that's a good fat. All right, fried chicken, bad fat. Then they fry it with that fucking mazola oil, that corn oil, which is nothing but liquid poison. Let me stop, man. This ain't that video. Let's move on. That on a deeper level, the Rothschilds are also claiming to be the descendants of Esau and thus are really of the house or tribe of Esau. What they're trying to do is get back the birthright that they lost. Get back the birthright. I'm adding words here. Get back the birthright from the house of Jacob, who are the real Jews, which is us. However, the book of Obadiah talks about the destruction of the Edomites in the last days. There you go. Now, how are you going to get around that? Meanwhile, vocab says that the Edomites are done away with. How you explain the Rothschilds, vocab? Do you even know anything about the Rothschilds? Prior, before listening to us, you didn't know about the Rothschilds. You couldn't spell the word Rothschild. Talking to you, vocab Malone. Man, if anything, you shouldn't be mad at us, man. We upped your game, man. Big time, big time. We upped your game, vocab Malone. All right, because before you met us, you didn't know shit from Shinola. Okay, so we upped your game, son. Anyway, there you have it, my brother. I gave you the information. My brother who left the comment. Hold on, let me go back to. Let's go back to the comment. Yep. You ask, could you do a video about that Marion Knox interview you mentioned where they say that they're trying to get their birthright back? Well, there you go. I have just done it. So hopefully you're edified. On to the next one.
Sirach chapter 2, verse 10, and it reads, look at the generations of old and see, did ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded? Or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken? Or whom did he ever despise that called upon him? For the Lord is full of compassion and mercy, long suffering, and very pitiful, and forgiveth sins, and saveth in the time of affliction. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Next double honors to the head apostle slash